Welcome back. In this next tutorial, we're going to take a look at Google Forms and how it can streamline your feedback and grading processes so you can continue to move the learning forward. So let's hop into it. So what I wanted to do was illustrate quickly how you could take a primary source text or really any material, whether it be a math problem or some sort of scientific reading, and you can use Google Forms to create a feedback system that is automated so that you can figure out which students you need to push in one direction and what students you need to push in the other direction to make sure that all kids are succeeding. So let's hop into Google Forms again and take a peek at this. So I'm in the Google Classroom, and what we're going to do is we're going to use the button Create. So in the classwork section, we push Create. It gives you now these options: assignment, quiz, question, material, or reuse post. We're going to go into the quiz assignment. And what that does is it opens up a blank quiz. There's a little slider over here that says locked mode on Chromebooks. What this means is if you were assigning this quiz to students, you're making it so that when you slide this button over to the right, what this means is that students who are taking this quiz can't open up any other items on their Chromebooks. This way you can ensure the fidelity of the exam. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on blank quiz. I've already gone in and copied the excerpts that I wanted to pull from that original document. And so I'm going to take the title of this quiz. I'm going to paste it in there. Here is the block quote that I want the students to sort of analyze to make sure I understand that they actually understand what the text is about. Here's the question. Let's go ahead and fast forward through this because really, this is just a lot of copying and pasting. There's one thing I'd like to say from a workflow perspective. If you are building a form, doing it on a separate Google document and pasting it into the form itself makes things go a lot faster. Now I'm going to go over to the answer key and I'm going to add some answer key feedback. So that is the correct answer. This is what I'd like my students to do if they got the question correct. So I'm saying, nice job. It seems clear that you understand what Carnegie was saying about the rich and poor. Be prepared to discuss if this is an accurate description of wealth and history. And for the incorrect answer, we're going to pop that in. Reread the text and copy and paste the lines that don't make sense to you. Share them with me during our breakout meeting. So what I'd like to do for the students who didn't get this question right, I'm building in some time into my class to remediate with those students. At the end of this, I'm going to have a spreadsheet about what kids were able to do and what they weren't able to do. And so I can provide some next steps for both groups. And then we'll hit save, and then we're going to add one more question over here. Again, let's speed up this copy and pasting. All right, so what you can do in here is we have now some feedback, some next steps, whether the student got the question right or wrong. And you can even do this, which is kind of a neat feature. You can embed a document. So if a student got the answer wrong, you could always embed, some remedial steps and how they could get the answer right or solve the problem correctly. Or you can even put a YouTube video directly in there so that if they got the right answer, they can move on to an extension that you provided for them. Or if they got the wrong answer, some remediation so they can get on the right page. And if it's done, then we can go back into our Google Classroom. We see our blank quiz. It really isn't a blank quiz. I'm going to copy the title. We'll just add some directions for our students. Well, then we're good to go. All right, we're going to hit assign in the top right. And now we have the quick quiz on our exerted portion. Students can click directly into that and they can begin their quiz. Thank you so much for logging in, and we look forward to seeing you back for another exciting tutorial video.